told your friend you're not okay.
Something big and surprising is happening behind the scenes of K-pop, and it's centered on BTS's golden magne, Jungkook. He's always been known as a perfect figure who rarely reveals the dark side of his life. However, lately, signs have begun to emerge, an unusual distance between Jungkook and the giant agency that raised him, HYBE. The question is, what's really going on? And why does the atmosphere behind the scenes feel so tense? For many armies, Jungkook is a symbol of dedication, talent, and relentless hard work. Since his debut, he's consistently projected a professional image, maintaining a busy schedule and entertaining millions around the world. But behind his sweet smile in front of the camera, signs are now emerging that he's carrying a significant burden. This burden, according to several sources, is related to the way HYBE manages every step of his career. This issue isn't just trivial gossip. For the past few months, fans have begun to notice that Jungkook seems more active in sharing personal moments, content that includes not only BTS, but also his life offstage. From casual social media posts to more personal interactions, it seems as if he's sending a veiled message. Is this a form of freedom of expression? Or is it a signal that he wants to break out of the shadow of the agency's control? HYBE, as the agency that raised BTS to global prominence, certainly can't ignore this movement. For them, BTS's image is a major asset that must be closely guarded. Any change in a member's behavior, especially Jungkook, who is the global face of the group, inevitably elicits internal reactions. And reportedly, behind closed doors, heated discussions have been taking place regarding Jungkook's future career direction. Several reports suggest a sharp difference in vision. Jungkook wants more freedom to explore his musicality, try more personal projects, and chart his own course in the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, HYBE, like many other major agencies, wants uniformity and a coordinated strategy for all BTS members. This clash of interests is believed to be fueling the tension. This phenomenon isn't just about career, but also about identity. Jungkook, who has always been known as a hard worker and loyal member, seems to be beginning to realize that he also has the right to determine his own path in life. This change is evident in his interactions with fans, his project choices, and even his tone in interviews, which often leans toward freedom and self-exploration. Some ARMY are worried. They wonder if this is a sign that Jungkook wants to embark on a more permanent solo career? Or is this just a phase where he's trying to find a balance between being a member of BTS and being a complete individual? Amidst this curiosity, one thing is certain. Every decision he makes will have a major impact, not only on himself, but on BTS as a whole. HYBE itself seems to be at a difficult crossroads. They are well aware that Jungkook is more than just an idol. He is a major asset, a global icon, and a magnet who attracts millions of eyes. However, on the other hand, allowing Jungkook too much freedom could mean diminishing their control over BTS's direction. This is a classic dilemma between maintaining business stability and allowing space for an artist's creativity. The changes Jungkook is experiencing also reflect a new trend in the Korean entertainment industry. More and more artists are speaking out, demanding greater control over their careers and personal lives. They no longer want to be mere products sold to the public, but individuals with the freedom to determine their own paths. Jungkook, with his immense influence, is right at the forefront of this change. What complicates this situation is the fact that Jungkook has a fiercely loyal global fan base. Anything he does, no matter how small, immediately becomes a trending topic on social media. ARMY's massive support gives him significant bargaining power over the agency. HYBE certainly knows this, and that's why they can't afford to take any action that could potentially upset fans. Now, all eyes are on the big decision he's about to make. Will Jungkook remain completely under HYBE's direction? Or will he choose his own path, even if it means challenging the system that raised him? Each step he takes is now not only a personal journey, but also a symbol of resistance against the old patterns of the K-pop industry's control. The tension between Jungkook and HYBE hasn't subsided. In fact, it's only escalating. Several anonymous inside sources reported that recent private meetings between Jungkook and HYBE executives have become shorter but tense. Discussions initially intended to discuss music projects have reportedly turned into debates about his future direction. For Jungkook, this isn't just about contracts or tour schedules. It's about principle. He wants his music to reflect his true self, not just a marketing strategy orchestrated from a boardroom table. But for HYBE, relinquishing control means taking a significant risk to BTS's overall stability. They worry that even a small, different step from Jungkook could shake the group's image, which has been built over years. This issue escalated when Jungkook began accepting external collaboration offers, some of which didn't have HYBE's full approval. Fans noticed that some of these projects seemed to be deliberately withheld or not widely publicized by the agency. This gave rise to the theory among ARMYs that HYBE may be trying to control Jungkook's exposure outside of BTS, so that the public's focus remains on the group rather than on him individually. However, from Jungkook's perspective, this is precisely the moment he's been waiting for. He feels that every experience outside of BTS can help him grow as an artist. He doesn't want to remain in the comfort zone that's been set for him forever. And this desire, while risky, shows that Jungkook is ready to take a path that may differ from what many expect. Signs of Jungkook's subtle resistance are becoming increasingly apparent. In his latest interview, he cautiously expressed that he wants more room to experiment and find a sound that's truly his own. These words, while soft-spoken, immediately alert fans to the larger narrative behind them, a narrative of freedom, independence, and the courage to challenge the rules. HYBE itself is now in a delicate situation. They can't easily sever ties with Jungkook or restrict him too tightly, as that would provoke a strong public backlash. On the other hand, they know that if Jungkook is given too much freedom, they might lose complete control of one of their most important assets. And here's what makes this story even more heated. Rumors are circulating that Jungkook has prepared a major project that doesn't involve BTS or HYBE at all. No one knows for sure whether it's a music project, a documentary, or something more personal. What's clear is that this news has HYBE on edge and ARMYs even more curious. For many, this is a defining moment for Jungkook's future. Will he remain in HYBE's shadow for security and stability? Or will he take a big risk, step out, and prove he can stand tall without anyone's control? One thing is certain, whatever happens next, the K-pop world will never be the same again. The tension has finally reached a point where it can no longer be hidden. At an official event attended by the media, Jungkook's expression is noticeably different. His smile is faint, his gaze is serious, and his gestures are stiff. Astute ARMYs immediately noticed this change, and speculation exploded on social media. A few days later, an anonymous source claimed that an emergency internal meeting was being held at HYBE headquarters. The topic was clear: Jungkook's future. Reportedly, management was divided into two camps. One wanted to give them complete freedom, while the other insisted on maintaining tight control to protect the BTS identity. Amidst the debate, Jungkook reportedly remained calm. He didn't express anger, but his demeanor showed that he had already made a decision. For Jungkook, this was no longer about who won or lost. It was about the life he wanted to live on his own terms. And for ARMY, this tension was just the beginning of a new chapter, one that could change the face of BTS, HYBE, and even the K-pop industry forever.